Casper, the boy diviner, here today with you, and it's another pick a card reading. So today the question that I'm gonna be addressing is what is your relationship with them like? Alright? So in this case, because of how general the question is, I'm not gonna go into detail whether it's a familial relationship, whether it's a friendly relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship. All the readings I'll be doing today will be very general in that sense. Alright? But hopefully you'll find something that resonates with you. Also, instead of doing the same deck that I used to do in the other videos, today I have 3 decks for you to choose from, and I'll be doing different readings for each deck. This will be a little similar to the relationship reading I offer on my Instagram account at Boy Diviner. But because it's so general, it will definitely be shorter for each reading here. If you do want something specific, like you want to know and you want to give me the context so I can read the cards in a better manner, feel free to contact me there. Yeah, my charges are currently 25 Singapore dollars for a relationship reading of 5 cards, alright? Before we begin, I'm going to ring my Tingsha here just to make sure that the space is great. May this space be sacred to us. May this space be shared for us. May this place be good for us. Alright, so I've set this space for reading today with you guys. So now we have a sacred space. I'm gonna let you decide, alright, whether you want to pick deck A, B, or C, alright? Alright, I hope you have paused the video here. And then now that you have decided, I'm gonna go ahead with deck A first. I'm gonna move deck B and C to a side. And let's start with deck A. Alright, this is the Rider-Waite-Smith Borderless Edition. Just to show you guys, it's a beautiful deck. Alright, so what is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you? Let's see, what is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you? I just wanted to mention that the timestamps are probably there before, but I'll add it in. What is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you? For people who chose deck A, the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith deck, what is their relationship like with you? For people who chose A, alright, this is you, this is them, this is your motivations, this is their motivations, and this is your potential. Alright, it seems like, you know, they kind of like you. They're kind of enraptured by you, but at the same time, they also want that control over you. I'm not sure if you want to give that control up. You might want to think about that. This is their intention to you. They want to take a control over you because they are interested in you as a person. Right now, maybe the fact is you are a bit too kind of wishy-washy. They don't know how you really feel. They are confused. You can tell that they are confused with, like, you know, what you're looking for in this relationship, because in some cases you are emotional to them, and in other cases you kind of hold back, so they don't know where you're coming from, but they definitely like want to get you under their control. And the fact that you are a little overly defensive here is not a bad thing. They do have, I wouldn't say this is a bad, this is not always a bad intention, but the fact is they do want control over you, and you are defensive towards that. This is probably why you are acting this way. Alright, this is probably why you are not showing, you know, the full nature of how you feel towards them, and that's why they are confused. Alright, but overall, it seems like the relationship can be a pretty good relationship only if you guys really talk facts and not be overly emotional. This is the advice overall for this relationship, that you need to really be more factual than emotional in this case, and it does feel like it's a battle of emotions here, right? The Knight of Cups being reversed, you are not sure, you're a bit wishy-washy about showing your feelings. It's not solid, it's all formless. They are confused, so they're randomly swinging their sword in the air without a purpose, trying to catch your attention, trying to get you under their control, and you're being a bit defensive, being a bit scared about what they want. So instead of following all your emotions and things like that, set things in stone, talk facts. You know, you might want to sit down and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for in this relationship, or I really want to give you feedback about how we have been carrying on, or you know, even if it's like with a boss, you can tell them like, hey, this method of working is not clear, you know, like I would want to have a working partnership. You don't have to keep pushing me you know, emotionally and bullying me emotionally to get what you want. Let's set things down. Let's set some ground rules here about our partnership and how we work with each other. If it's with a partner, it's also the same thing, you know, they don't have to play games. Let's talk facts here. All right, this is for people A. Again, this is a really short reading. Usually with my clients, readings like with 5 cards, it can tend to go up to you know, 15 to 20 minutes, depending, even more sometimes. All right, so I hope this resonates, people A. Let me know how you feel about this, whether it resonates or not, you know, and if it doesn't, you know, feel free to think about whether your first instinct was really A or was it another deck. All right? Okay, now I'm going to move on to people B. People who chose B actually chose the Weird Cat Tarot. This is a super cute deck. Not sure if this is appropriate for a subject matter or whatever you're thinking of, but I'm going to just shuffle and then ask the question, all right? What is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you? Weird Cat Tarot, tell us, what is the relationship like with you? What is the relationship like with you? You know, what do they want? What do you want? What's the advice overall for this relationship? What is the relationship like with you? What is the relationship like with you? For people B. For people B, what's the relationship like with people B? Alright. Okay, this is you. This is them. This is your motivations. This is their motivations, and then this is the overall advice card. All right. It is a good mix. All right. Right now they are not in the best state of mind. It seems like you are in a more powerful position here. The Six of Wands reverse is like, you know, they thought they were on top of things. They thought they were winning in this relationship in a way. Whatever victory looks like, you know, if it's a working relationship, they felt like, you know, they have the upper hand, they're performing better maybe, or maybe they have you to help out with their work. But at the moment, they do have a lower self-esteem. Things are not what they expected it to be, all right? And they are actually looking out, but unsuccessfully. All right, so if it's a romantic relationship, they are thinking, you know, maybe to bolster my self-esteem, I'm trying to gain more attention from other people because maybe they are not getting what they want from this relationship, or that kind of self-esteem boost. So in that case, you might want to give them a few more compliments, you know, reassure them about how you feel. If it's about work, it really depends on whether you care enough to want them to stay. You know, if it's a family thing, again, the same compliments or reassurances. You are on top of your game here, all right? So if this is a work kind of relationship, you are on top of things. You're the King of Swords. You know what you want and you get what you want, all right? You are in your element. You know what to do. You know, things might not be easy, all right? Because the King of Swords tend to always be bombarded with questions and like issues at hand and problems that you have to solve. But the fact is you are seen to have that capability to solve that problems. This is probably why they do have a lower self-esteem, because people come to you and not them. If this is a romantic relationship, you know, you're the one making the decisions most of the time, and with great reason, because, you know, you have a better logic or better grasp about the finances, or, you know, things like that. You are more capable in this sense, and this is why they feel a bit like, you know, they feel not confident. Maybe they don't feel like they're contributing to this relationship as much as you are, all right? And your motivation here is, you know, you are at ease, all right? You have the self-confidence. You're not worried about this relationship, actually, are you? Because, you know, if you came to this reading, you probably should be a bit worried. Maybe you're just worried about them leaving, but at this point in time, you do feel a bit like this relationship, this partnership or whatever it is, you do feel like it's a partnership that you can take refuge in. It's a partnership that is reliable and constant, and this is what you appreciate. This is maybe something you want to share with them because they are feeling uneasy. They don't feel like their relationship, their position in this relationship is secure. All right. The advice here is really to look at the joint goals that you have together. All right. The especially financially or materially, what do you want together? Sometimes couples, even romantic couples, get torn apart because of money issues. Here is where you want to prioritize together. Sit down together and think about the future. All right. If it's a working relationship, how can you make score each other's career goals? Outside the company or within the company, depending on whether you have an equal relationship. For example, if they're your boss, you might want to help them to achieve their goals. Give them that reassurance that you can help them and bolster them up because they are not feeling that great right now. All right. So that is the overall message here. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles also refer to boundaries. So you might want to think about setting up proper boundaries between the two of you here as well. Alright? Okay, so that is for people B. Again, this is a very brief reading because this is a general reading. I don't want to go into too much detail. And here I'm just channeling and quickly covering the general thoughts. Let me know if it resonates. If it doesn't, no worries. There are another 2 decks that you can pick from. In my more specific readings, of course, I go a bit longer. I go about 15 minutes. For 5 cards, I really dive into each image and each card meaning. I, of course, pair it with the context that you provide me. All right? Again, if you're interested, you can go to Boy Diviner on Instagram. Okay? Now moving deck A and deck B aside, I'm going to start with deck C. This is the Daneloff Tarot. This is, once in a while, I get this deck and read it for people, but sometimes people don't really, I don't know. I guess the images can be polarizing, alright? But I do like this deck. It's just been, it's not one that, I also reach out to all the time right now. Somehow, and I kind of missed it. I kind of wanted to work with it, and this was a good reason to pull it out. Alright, so I'm going to ask what people see. People who chose deck C, the Daneloff Tarot. Okay, so that's one thing. I don't really read with jumpers unless I think about it, Alright, so come on. For people C, what is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you, people C? What is their relationship like with you? What is their relationship like with you? What is your relationship like with you? So, no, let me refresh shuffle one time. What is their relationship like with you? What's your relationship like with people C? Tell us the motivations. Tell us your motivations. For people C, what is their relationship like with you? Alright, this is you, this is them, this is your motivations, this is their motivations, and then this is the overall advice. Alright, interesting, very interesting. Alright, they have just exited a great time in their life in relation to this relationship. I feel like the honeymoon period is just over for them. They don't feel the same way as they did just a while ago about how great this relationship is. It's not a bad thing because they had a great this is like the sun is like an 11 out of 10. Now it's like a 9 out of 10. It's like, now it's the reality of the situation, but let's deal with it. I'm still pretty happy in this relationship, but I do have to deal with the realities of what it is right now. Alright? You on the other hand kind of feel like you kind of feel a little trapped. Alright? Honestly, you do feel a little trapped in this relationship. You're not sure how you want to deal with it, and honestly they're not aware. Alright? They are trying to deal with the realities of the relationship. They're trying to use their resources to try to patch this relationship and make sure it goes well. Maybe that's why they're not spending maybe enough time with you. They are trying to look out and but they do have the best intentions for this relationship, honestly. They do want to try to make sure that this relationship runs smoothly with the resources that they can get to. So if this is a work relationship, maybe this is your boss or your colleague looking for the budget that's required to keep on keeping on and making sure that the department or team is going well. If this is a love relationship, maybe they are talking to your family members. Maybe they're trying to handle more administrative things like your budgeting or whatever it is, or planning out dates with you. instead of communicating with you how they feel, they are trying to gather all that realities. Whereas maybe because of all that, you do maybe feel a bit neglected, or maybe you feel a bit trapped because they are making so many plans for the future. Making so many things, that the assumption that you're with them, and that makes you feel very trapped. You feel like you do feel a bit of a sense of like you wanting to leave, and gather whatever you have already gained from this relationship, and go. If this is a working relationship, you do feel like leaving work, and if it's a love relationship, you want to go. But you know why you feel this way? You feel this way because of your past trauma. You have been hurt before, and you kind of feel like this is the same situation. You feel like it's repeating again and again. Even if this is a work thing, you've been burned before at work. You feel like, oh, I'm not being thought of. This is not going the way it should, because you guys just hit the highest point. You feel like so you basically, I'm just letting you know, I hope you can look at this with fresh eyes. Don't let your past trauma influence too much about how you are actually feeling in this relationship. Try to think about what they are trying to do. Best is, all these are swords. This is a reverse sword suit, and this is your upright sword suit. You should really communicate to them. Let them know how you feel. I'm not saying that it's super safe if it's work. Don't tell them that you want to quit or anything. That is totally up to your discretion. If this is a trusted friend, why not, But communicate how you feel to them, because they are looking to make this relationship successful. They just might not be looking at the emotional side of things and looking more at the practical side of things. All right. The advice here is not super like great. This is just basically the Page of Pentacles reversed. So if you are so this person is looking for resources, right? The advice here is like while you don't have the resource to really help them out with it, you might want to think about what else you can provide. Maybe you're feeling a bit trapped because you might not feel like you're contributing, or there are many reasons why you might feel trapped because of your past trauma. But try to push yourself to give something practical to this relationship. Try to put some effort into it, because when you put in effort, maybe you wouldn't feel as trapped. Maybe you will feel like, oh, this is an equal relationship. It's not one person having power over the other. All right. But it's going to be difficult because this is clearly a reverse card. It's going to be difficult to start pushing that effort in. Alright, for people C. Again, I mentioned this in all the readings, but this is a pretty short, high-level overview of what I see here. When I'm doing my more specific readings, I know your context. I know what you're looking for. I know the specific question about the relationship. That's when I go in deeper, and I probably will spend about 15 to 20 minutes really covering each card in particular. Alright, and specific to your relationship or question. So if you're ever interested in that, go to @boydiviner on Instagram, or go to my website. Just let me know whether you like a reading. Alright, the prices are all under the highlights under services. Okay? Alright, I really hope this readings were resonant with you. Give me any feedback that you have. Also, feel free to give me any alternative interpretations, especially if you do see something that's relevant to your relationship that you picked. But I didn't mention it because that really helps me connect with the mass consciousness, the different possibilities. People usually limit this to just a romantic relationship, working relationship, and things like that. I wanted to try my hand at something more general, so I hoped it worked. All right. One more time, I'm gonna ring the tingsha to just cleanse the energy. All right. You guys have a great rest of the day. Take care and bye.